Hi everybody, this is Eddie Amazon. This is my story, Fuck You, lol. Um, Enjoy. I did it with Gachas. You act like you've never had anyone love you before. He strained his deep voice, both from the yelling and with emotion. What the fuck do I have? A tear ran down his cheek without his permission. He couldn't help it. It had been a long day that was getting longer. He was weak. He hated that, in more ways than one. He had to be insane to let this crazy bitch back into his life, but the hole in his heart was Anna-shaped, and she fucking knew it. Took advantage of it every time she had nothing else to do, nowhere else to go, 'cause she knew his door would open, every fucking time. But why? No matter what he said, no matter what he did, out she'd go, taking that piece of him, sometimes a few more, out with her. Shut up, she said flatly, not even turning to look at him. I didn't say it to start a fucking fight. You're gonna break a blood vessel, another one, if you keep screaming like that. He was on the rack in an Iron Maiden. She could just turn it on and off like that. It never mattered what he wanted, and he just wanted her. What? He tried to steady his breathing, lower his heart rate so the room would stop spinning. What can I do? Now she turned to look at him, a wicked glimmer in her eyes and a barely visible smirk on the edges of her mouth as she bit down on her lip ring. Fuck if it didn't make his heart race. Jump out the fucking window. Obviously she was being funny. Obviously. She turned back to resting her head on her knees, all pulled up against her chest on the couch. He wanted to sit there behind her, his legs wrapped around her, his arms on hers, hands intertwined, every finger, but she had left no room for him. Again. I'm gonna go, she said with a sniffle as she stood up, looking at the floor instead of him. She started for the door, walking right past him like he was a fucking ghost. Wait! He blurted out, his panic-stricken heart forcing the words past his reluctant lips. He spun on his heels. She stopped, her hand on the door, her back to him. And? No clue. He just didn't want her to go. Not yet. Not like this. Could he admit he was scared? He hated himself. Was that what she wanted to hear? He didn't want to be the last person she talked to before. No. Gone, but not dead gone. He couldn't handle. Why can't I think straight? Just fuck. Tell her the truth. Tell her. But even though the thoughts and words are there, I can't get them to fucking come out. Don't go home and die, baby. Not 'cause of me. I'm not worth it. She scoffed and it rattled through his bones. The door handle turned in slow motion. Stop her! Take her by the arm and pull her back in! Throw her against the wall. Throw her out the fucking window, fucking cunt. She just wants you to tell her that you love her. Again? Over and over. Until you bleed for it. The door shut with a hollow echo through the empty-feeling apartment. Rage bubbled up inside of him as he swung at the wall with all of it, putting a huge hole into the fresh white drywall, exposing the darkness behind it. He shook. Couldn't sleep again. Everything hurt again. Inside and outside. His eyes were dry from crying, and he had a dehydration migraine. He sniffled to himself, still refusing to either get up and blow his nose or even just wipe it on his hoodie sleeve. Just a little more suffering. Maybe if he kept suffering a little while longer, the phone would light up. A message. A call. I'm not worth it. That's the end. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I know that gachas can look kind of silly, but it was the best I could do with what I had on hand. Alright, thanks.